Letters of Swami Vivekananda, the new edition in 4 volumes.
Letter number 154, addressed to Swami Ramakrishnananda. Care of Mrs. Frances Bagley, 704 Washington Street, Annisquam, Massachusetts, end August 1894. Kalyana Vareshu, blessed and beloved. I have got a lot of news from your letter, but you have not written in detail about everyone. Meanwhile, I received a letter from Niranjan. I have come to know that he is going to Ceylon. The footnote reads, in April-May 1894, Dharmapal was in Calcutta and visited the Alambazar Mutt. Perhaps at his request, Swami Niranjanananda agreed to visit Ceylon and wrote to Swamiji about it. Reference The Indian Mirror, 19 April 1894. What Sarada, that is Trigunatitananda, is doing, that is very much my own view. But it is not necessary to preach that Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is an avatar, incarnation, etc. He came to do good to others and not to trumpet his own name. You must always remember this. The disciples, in their attempt to glorify their master's name, throw overboard his teachings for which he came, and dissensions, factionalism, etc. are the result of it.
Akshay Kumar Basu visited you. Alasinga wrote about Charu Babu, but I do not remember him. Write all about Charu Babu. The footnote reads, Sri Charuchandra Bose, a Pali scholar from Calcutta, served as the editor of the Journal of the Mahabodhi Society, in which he published an article quoting verbatim from Swamiji's speech titled Christian Missions in India, delivered in Detroit, for which Swamiji conveyed his thanks. Footnote ends. And convey to him my thanks. Write in detail about everyone. I have no time to spare in idle talk. I think I have much more work to do in my life than indulge in banter with Baburam. Try to give up rituals and ceremonies. Bell ringing, etc. are not for sannyasins. And so long as one does not attain jnana, that is illumination, one must work. The I, ego, alone is the root of all evils. Now I see that a group would be formed around the avatarhood of Ramakrishna with bell and other accessories of worship, and his teachings will be covered under the dust. It is well and good if you can give up bells, etc. Otherwise, I can't join you.
I don't want to be in the midst of factionalism, faction mongers, frogs in the well, whatever else I may be. That is all. Tarakda has become a theosophist. Footnote, invited by the devotees of Madras, Swami Shivananda went there in March 1894 to join the birth anniversary celebration of Sri Ramakrishna and lectured there in many places. Many of Swamiji's followers in Madras were members of the Theosophical Society and Triplicane Literary Society, in which Swami Shivananda might have lectured. Perhaps someone misinformed Swamiji that Swami Shivananda had become a theosophist. Footnote ends. Well, Ruchinam Vaichitram Mangalam Astu Desham Kimaham Bravimi. The footnote reads, that is, the diversity of tastes. May they be blessed. What shall I say? Universal brotherhood. Good idea. Shiva Vah Santu Panthanaha. The footnote reads, may your path lead to blessedness. What can be more joyful than that? Perhaps I too will have to give up my association with you all soon. For how can one preach the universal ideas of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and indulge in factionalism at the same time? The root of all factionalism is that bell ringing and other ritualistic paraphernalia. I had condemned this 1,000 times and I condemn it now also, yet nothing happens. If my name helps you to form such a group, then only I am a leader. Otherwise, I am nobody. That is true indeed. But I am not going to be part of that. That I am a disciple of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and so you all are. You have tried enough to spread this idea by writing and printing books, but that I have been asking you all to give up bell ringing, etc., all through the last 6 years. No one pays any heed to that. That is why joining you all is difficult for me. Only one kind of work I understand, and that is doing good to others. All else is wrongdoing. Therefore, I take refuge at the feet of Lord Buddha. Do you understand? Gradually, the differences between you and me are widening. The point is, I am a Vedantist. Satchidananda, existence, knowledge, bliss, absolute, is the glorious form of my soul. Other than this, I don't see any other God. Avatar, that is incarnation, means those who have attained Brahman, Satchidananda. In other words, the Jivan Muktas, that is the liberated in life. I do not see any other uniqueness in Avatar. All beings from Brahma down to a clump of grass will attain the state of Jivan Mukti in due course of time. And what we should do is to help all to reach that state. This help is called dharma, religion. The rest is dharma, irreligion. This help is karma, real work. The rest is kukarma, wrongdoing. I do not see anything else. Other kinds of Vaidika or Tantrika work may produce results, but resorting to them is simply a waste of life. For purity, which is the goal of work, is attained only by doing good to others. Through yajna and other ritualistic karma, it is possible to get bhoga, enjoyments, etc., but impossible to attain the purity of the soul. Therefore, being a sannyasi, instead of educating people for a higher life, increasing meaningless ritualistic activities again and again is reproachable in my opinion. The ignorant householder may indulge in ritualistic work, there is no harm, but the all renouncing sannyasins? I believe that Ramakrishna Paramahamsa has attained the supreme state, otherwise, at some time or other, I would have got his vision in some form or other. Hence, I do not have any faith in avataras. Again, everything exists already in the Atman, that is self, of all beings. He who asserts he is free shall be free. He who says he is bound, bound shall he remain. To me, the self deprecating attitude is a sin and ignorance. Nayamatma balahinena labhyaha. The footnote reads, this Atman is not to be attained by one who is weak. See Mundak Upanishad 3.2.4. Asti brahmavadasi chedasti bhavishyasi. Nasti brahmavadasi chennastyeva bhavishyasi. The footnote reads, if you say Brahman is, you will be existence, that is existent. If you say Brahman is not, you shall verily become non-existence, non-existent. Footnote ends. One who always thinks of oneself as weak, he will never become strong. One who knows oneself to be a lion, he nirgachati jagatjalat pinjuradiva keshari. That is, just as a lion breaks out from its cage, so one emerges from the world's net of Maya. This is from Yoga Vasishtha, Nirvana Prakaranam. Secondly, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa did not come to preach any new doctrine. He came to bring to light the true significance of the ancient truths for this age. Indeed, in other words, he was the embodiment of all the past religious thought of India. His life alone made me understand what the Shastras, that is scriptures, really meant, and the whole plan and scope of the old Shastras. Missionaries and such people could not do much in this country. By the grace of God, these people, that is Americans, love me very much. They are not to be misled by anybody's opinion. The way they understand my ideas, my own countrymen cannot do so. And they, that is Americans, are not so selfish. That is, at the time of work, they set aside jealousy and egoism. And then all of them work together under the direction of a capable man. That is why they are so great. But then they are a race of mammon worshippers. Money comes in everything. People of our country are very liberal in money matters, but these people are not so much. Misers are in every home here. That is part of their religion. However, when they do some evil deed, they fall into the hands of the padris and then pay and go to heaven. Those things are same in every country, priestcraft. When shall I go back to India or not go? I can't say anything. As I am traveling here, so it would be there. But here thousands of people listen to and understand what I say. Thousands are benefited thereby. But is that so there in India? I had asked for a few copies of what Muzumdar wrote about Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Instead of that, you have sent a few torn German books, etc., and a couple of my own lectures. What a bother. I am perfectly at one with what Sarda is doing. Footnote reads, in Calcutta, Swami Trigunatitananda devoted himself to studying and discussing scriptures with his brother monks and young visitors, along with participating in other activities of the mutt. He had also started 3 educational centers for youths in Calcutta named Brahmacharya, where he taught japa, meditation, gave inspiring religious discourses, and worked among the youth in the city. My hundreds of thanks to him. The rest, whatever you are doing, I do not understand. Perhaps it is for this reason that my ways do not get reconciled with yours. Anyways, in Madras and Bombay, there are many people who are in accord with my thoughts. They are learned and they understand what I say. Besides, they are kind hearted and can therefore appreciate the idea of doing good to others. Kim adhikam iti, nothing more to write. Convey my hundreds of prostrations to Ma Thakurani, that is Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi, and appropriate greetings to all. I have not published any book or the like here. I simply go about giving lectures. Why didn't you write anything about Gupta, Swami Sadananda, Tulsi, Swami Nirmalananda, and others? What is Kali, Swami Abhedananda, doing? Have Sharat, Swami Sardananda, and Yogen, Swami Yogananda, recovered from illness? Looking at my life, I do not have any regrets. I have traveled from place to place teaching something or other to people, and in exchange for that, I have partaken pieces of bread. If I had found that I had done no work but simply supported myself by cheating people, oh mother, then I would have committed suicide today. Those who think themselves unfit to teach their fellow beings, why do they deceive others by wearing the teacher's garb? Is it not a great sin? On many such matters, my views would not match, especially with you and Baburam and Niranjan. Therefore, it is better to keep myself aloof from the very beginning. Ask Sarda, Swami Trigunatitananda, to write a letter to me. His views and my views would match, I believe, and there is no need to publicize that I am also one of your group. I am not a disciple of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, nor a disciple or anything of anybody, that's all. I am a disciple of Sarada. I am their disciple who would work in accord with my ideas. Those who do not do so, I don't want to hear any news about them. Neither is there any news about me for them. Iti yours Narendra.
Om Tat Sat.